What is up, fighters? Welcome back to Ringside Radar Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about the Hayabusa T3 boxing glove. These come in at $159 US for retail. And I've had these gloves for about 3 years now, probably my most used glove I've ever used. And we're going to be breaking them down into 5 different categories, ranked 1 through 10. 1 being absolutely awful, unusable. 10 being amazing, 10 out of 10, best I've ever used or seen. And the 5 categories are going to be aesthetics, overall comfort, materials, padding, and wrist lockdown. The first category we're going to be talking about is aesthetics of the glove, and obviously this is a subjective category, so everyone might be different on this one, but for me personally, I do think this is a very good looking glove. I think that definitely is a unique look. I mean, it does kind of look futuristic in my opinion, with all this paneling and piping and different colors. But with that being said, I do not think it's a bad looking glove. I think it's probably not a perfect aesthetics. I do kind of like more of a simplistic design, but with that being said, I do still think it's a great looking glove. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of aesthetics. Starting off with overall comfort, I have not had any problems with these in terms of how it feels on my hand. And that's what I mean when I mean overall comfort. I mean, how does it feel on my hand? Is there any pinching? Can I close my fist properly? And I'm happy to report that with these, pass with flying colors, at least in my case. I did not have any pinching or anything with this pair whatsoever. For 3 years, still haven't had any problems. I will say I did have I believe I might have got a messed up pair when I got a pair for my dad, because I got them for him and I'd ask him how he liked them, and he said that they would kind of pinch his thumb. So I went and tried them out, and they did feel a little bit more tight around this thumb area right here. So that is something to keep in mind, although it was not an issue on my pair, it was an issue for him. So for that, I'm going to have to give them an 8 out of 10. Not perfect, but definitely very good, especially for my pair. All right, next we're going to be talking about the materials, the construction, and kind of the durability of those for this next category. And I have to say, I feel like this is one of the bright spots of the glove, because I really think that all the materials here are really thoughtfully used and really high quality. I mean, the outer shell, it's a very thick, high quality leather, and I've not had any sort of tearing or anything. It has, I mean, a little bit of discoloration after so much years of use, but I think that's just dirt buildup probably. So overall materials, absolutely amazing, really well thought out. They even have this microfiber thumb that they use, and that's supposed to be designed to help you wipe sweat off as you're working out. And I think that was a really thoughtful feature. Although I will say it does get a little bit gross after a while, but I mean, I do still like the feature, even though it kind of looks a little gross after a little bit. And the inside of the glove is also really smooth, buttery soft, and apparently it's temperature regulating. And yeah, I mean, I haven't really had a problem. I mean, more than usual of, having sweaty hands. I mean, obviously they're going to sweat in there, but I feel like it does do a decent job at preventing that. It does have some ventilation in here as well, underneath the fingers. And it has a nice little grip bar that you can grab onto and as you're punching. So for materials, I mean, I feel like I have to go 10 out of 10 because there's not really anything I would change in terms of materials, the construction, the durability. Everything's holding up really, really good, so can't get much better than that. Next, we're going to be talking about the padding of the T3 Hayabusa boxing glove. And they use a multi-layer foam, and it does start out a little bit stiff. It is a little bit hard when you first get it straight out of the box, but after a few rounds on the heavy bag, after a few workouts, they eventually soften up a little bit. And yeah, the padding is protective enough to use for pretty much everything. Heavy bag, mitt work. I mean, I've even used these in sparring and haven't had any complaints. So yeah, for padding, I will say the only downside is the break-in time, but other than that, 9 out of 10, almost perfect. Yeah, I mean, the Hayabusa T3s are looking pretty good right now. All right, the final category we're going to be talking about is probably the biggest reason why I wanted to try out this glove in the first place. It's going to be the dual wrist lock X X-Lock, I believe they call it, system, where there's actually 2 different straps that you use to lock in your wrist. So I'll slide this on. You use this first bottom strap that is actually stretchy. It's like elastic down here, so it's a really custom fit where you can tighten it up as much as you need without going too tight, because it does have a little bit of give, that bottom one. And then this top one locks it fully in place. This one is not stretchy, so that really locks it into place and you're good to go. So in terms of lockdown, I feel really secure. I've not had any wrist problems while using these in bag work, sparring, anything. So, I mean, these are going to have to be 10 out of 10 in terms of wrist lockdown and just overall lockdown of the glove. So overall, for the Hayabusa T3 boxing glove, it got 46 out of 50 possible points. So that is an extremely high amount. And I'm going to have to say, would I recommend buying this? Do I think it is worth it for the money? Absolutely yes. I do think that it is worth it. And yeah, so that's going to wrap it up from me. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have a pair that you've been using, let us know in the comments, and give your own score of how you feel about things, and let me know what you guys want me to review next, and I'll catch you guys next time.